delightful. You make the inside so delightful. Bloody blah 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 blah. Play camping, play camping, play camping, play camping. So we are going to play camping tonight, and it's gonna be so much fun. But the best thing about playing camping is you sit around the fire and you have some s'mores and you tell ghost stories. But guess what? We don't have any marshmallows. We are trying to do a family fun night that doesn't cost any money. And we just don't have these ingredients that we need. So I'm gonna get really creative with this cereal. It is a s'mores cereal. You see that? We are gonna make chocolate chip cookies, but I'm gonna put this in it and see what happens. I think it'll be an adventure. And I'm not gonna ruin the whole cookies, okay? I'm only gonna take half of the cookie mix and get creative. And that way, if it doesn't work, we have the other half. That'll still be good. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. The cookies are done. These are s'mores cookies and Roger's thumb. You don't eat them yet. We're gonna have these at the campfire. So we're gonna play camping. So we set up camp in here. Okay, everybody is distracted by the dog outside. Can you see him? Our puppy dog's outside. He climbed up on the mountain of snow and he's staring at us through the window wondering what the heck we're doing. I put him out there to use the bathroom. Yep, but now we're going to go on a hike. I'm leading the hike, okay?
Okay, go. Let's go.
No.
Brindley, you're too scared. You'll trip on something.
About this is we don't want to have too much light in front of us.
And you go.
And you have to use your imagination, okay? This is a big log here, so we have to climb over it. Now we're coming in here, and you gotta step up on this thing. There's another big log. Then we gotta climb across this. There's so many big logs everywhere. Lots of climbing to do.
What's a mystery? That's gonna scare us. Yeah, he wouldn't let me
Watch
go.
out, there's wild animals here. All right, this hike took an unexpected turn.
There's a bear hunting us.
We were going on a nice, calm adventure.
Now a bear's come, and now we're scared. He's
Right.
gotta hide. The scary bear.
Okay,
Someone going to the bathroom. Damn. No.
so we have to hike cautiously.
Into my room.
He's not there.
Oh my gosh, there he is.
Gotta climb over that big
I
log.
actually think he's in the tent.
You did that. Oh, Parker.
He's not in there.
Okay, we made it back to the safety of our camp.
Right next to the window.
But the bear is still out there somewhere.
Cool.
Your dad always
down
does
there.
this.
Ow, gosh, I forced the bark.
Yeah, sorry. I'm the light, so everybody's straight by the light. Everybody's behind me. Alyssa, you got this selfie type of video, right? All right.
Here we go.
We're going down.
He's gonna be in the computer room or in my room. Get out! Parker. I really shouldn't have this face cam video because I didn't scream, I laughed.
Oh, you knew you shouldn't have
I
it.
looked down there to see if you were over there, but I couldn't.
How was that one?
Oh yeah, kill the bear! Get it! Cookie, anybody? We got s'mores.
Cookies. We are eating cookies.
Cookies.
Parker's not
More
joining
cookies, because we don't have s'mores.
So, let me tell you a story
A story.
of a story from a guy that told me a story.
Oh my gosh, I'm freaked out already.
And I tell my story. When it's dramatic, I'll go like,
Okay, tell us a scary story.
well, there's a funny one that happened to my sister, Cindy. So when I was a little one, we lived in a cemetery. And these are my shadows.
Well,
And she had a sleepover. She was 16 years old. And she went downstairs with all her friends. And it was all fun. And no parents were home. But my dad showed up. And so they were downstairs and they were doing their thing. And all of a sudden, power goes out. No lights. And then they heard chains, metal chains coming down the stairs, and a person walking, and rattling of chains, and they were so scared. There was a phone downstairs. This is the era of no cell phones.
That's
But there was a phone downstairs, and one of the girls called her mom, says, something's going on. Pick us up, please. Please pick us up. And the mom goes, you're fine. Nothing's going on. Someone's breaking in the house, she said. No, that's not true. You're just fine. And they hung up the phone. They couldn't believe it. They actually all got in a circle and started praying. And there was chains rattling. And then there was upstairs. You could hear them on the floor from upstairs rattling. And they were freaking out so bad they started to pray. And then my dad busted the door open. And what happened was my dad called the parents of the children and says they're going to get disturbing phone calls. Don't worry, I'm home. This happened to me. I fell asleep early. It was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I had this alarm clock where you had to, if you wanted to turn the volume up or down or turn the music on, you had to lick your finger because there was two little electrodes. You had to lick your finger to touch it because I removed the button. I woke up with someone calling my name. So it was about 1 in the morning because I looked over, but I woke up and my heart was racing. I mean, it was just pounding. And I was awake.
Like you woke up and it was already pounding?
Yes. I woke up and my heart was just beating like crazy, just like I just got done running as hard as I could. And I could still hear my name being called. Downstairs, I had, my bedroom was downstairs. And there was a dark hallway from my bedroom. And I could just hear my name being called. And it was so scary, I tried to turn on my music on my little my night clock. Night alarm clock, it has a little radio station. And I was able to lick my finger and finally get it to turn on. And I laid in bed for probably an hour. But I heard my name about 5 or 6 times, and then I never heard it again.
There was this girl,
Yeah.
a teenager.
Okay.
She was 15 years
name
old. She was an only child, okay? Every night her dog slept next to her bed. And when she would get scared at night, she would just put her hand off over the side of the bed and her dog would lick her hand. And then she'd feel comfortable and safe and go back to sleep. One night her parents, they told her that she is old enough to be home alone. And they went on an overnight vacation and left her home alone. They convinced her that she would be okay because she was old enough to stay home alone and she'd have the dog to protect her. So she was scared, but she did okay. And it was time for bed, and she climbed into bed. And then she was laying in bed, and she thought she heard whimpering, like whimpering from a dog. Just, and that scared her because it sounded like far away. So she reached her hand down to see if the dog was there. And her fingers got licked like they always do. So she was comforted because she knew her dog was there and she went back to sleep. And then a few hours later she woke up again. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning this time to the whimpering. And so she reached her hand down again and her hand got licked. So she knew she was okay. And then in the morning she woke up and went happily downstairs, and she heard the whimpering again, coming from the backyard. And she looked outside, and her dog had been in the backyard all night. She had forgot to bring him in. So who licked her hand?
Okay. Once upon a time, there was this couple like on the honeymoon or something. I don't know. I forgot. They went to this hotel, and like it was some kind of special day or something, and so all the rooms were taken except for one, and it's haunted. The last person that was in there jumped out the window, I think. So he said, "Okay, I'll take it. Just don't tell my wife." And so they're sleeping and they hear a sound. It's, "I got you where I want you. Now I'm gonna eat you." And then she's like, "Did you hear that?" He's like, he's like, "No, just go back to bed." And they go back to bed, and she hears it again. She's like, "Did you hear that?" He's like, "No." And then she's like, she runs out, goes into the car and locks the doors. Then he wants to check what it was. So he walks around and it gets louder when he gets closer to the closet. I got you where I want you. Now I'm gonna eat you. And then gets closer, closer, and then it gets louder and louder. And then he's like, okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Opens the closet, and there's a monkey picking his nose, saying, I got you where I want you. Now I'm gonna eat you. Oh.
So there was this girl, and she is like 14, 15, and her parents are always gone, and she lives in this house that she thinks is always creepy, and she's always just scared, and she just never feels safe there. One night she had to go to the bathroom, and there's 2 doors on the bathroom. There's one door to her bedroom and one door to this long hallway. And you can see down the hallway because the bathroom's at the end, and then there's her bedroom. And so both the doors are open. And she turned on the hall light because she never liked hot hall. But she's in the bathroom and she looks down towards that hall, and at the end of the hall, there's this shadow. And it kind of looks like a human, but it doesn't. It kind of looks like it's kind of shaped like a human, but not exactly. She stares at it for a second, and it seems to be looking away from her, and all of a sudden it looks towards her.
Yes.
For a second, it just stares and looks at her, and then she's so scared. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't scream. She doesn't have anyone at home to scream to. And all of a sudden, the shadow comes barreling towards her at like full speed.
Like really fat, like full speed zombie speed, or full speed like a cheetah, really fat.
Human speed.
Like a
Like-
big fat man speed.
Okay.
Or like
I don't know.
like a real
Just fast.
okay.
Came barreling fast.
like a football player fast.
And right as the thing's about to hit the door slams shut in front of it.
Oh.
She screams and yells for her mom or dad or someone, but nobody's there. So that's the end of the story. Just that scary monster ghost thing. Okay, so this one is about this guy.
Okay, Parker, stop.
And he
Hey.
played drums in his little band. He had a band of friends, and they would play together. Their parents weren't home or anything, and they're down in the basement playing. They're all heading outside because they're going to someone else's house. They had been playing for a couple of hours, and they're all pretty tired, and they're heading up the stairs, and this guy's behind them all, the one that plays the drums or whatever, and he's halfway up the stairs, and he realizes he forgot his keys downstairs. So he told the guys to keep going on and go out to the car, and he goes back down. He turns on the light and grabs his keys, and out of the corner of his eye, he sees something. He sees his shadow. And everything just seems to get dark, and he's just like scared. And he's been taught when you feel that way, you either cuss or you say a prayer. So he cussed at the ghost and booked it up the stairs. He turned off the lights as he went, but he felt the thing behind him. And he went up, he went out the front door and everything, and he feels safe. He turned off all the lights, he closed the door and everything, and he's jogging over to where his friends are, waiting in the car. And then one of his friends asks him, "Who was that behind you?" He's like, "What?" Because nobody's home other than them. He's like, "Who was that person following behind you?" And he didn't know what to say.
Come on.
She reaches her hand down, and her dog sits next to her bed, and to comfort her, he'll lick her hand one time to say everything's all right, lick her hand twice if something's kind of alarming, lick her hand 3 times if it's like there's something really wrong.
Well, that's crazy.
And he licked
And-
her hand 4 times.
She reaches her hand down, clicks it once the first time, and later on in the night she wakes up again. She's hearing this drip drip sound all of a sudden. She has no idea what it is. And she puts her hand down one more time. This time it's 2 licks, so she's kind of like, that's not good, but I think it's okay to still go to bed. She wakes up again to the dripping sound. It sounded like water. It could have been from a faucet of a sink or something like that. She puts her hand down again, and this time the dog licks her hand 3 times. She's like, oh my gosh. And she gets up and she slides off the bed, and she's like, where's that coming from? And so she's listening to the sound. She goes into the bathroom to see and make sure the faucets are dripping or the shower or anything.
Toilet. Wiggle the handle.
She has 2 bathrooms, one's downstairs. And so she went downstairs and she checked the kitchen sink, and then she went over to the other bathroom, and as she's getting closer to that bathroom, the dripping slowly gets louder as she heads towards the bathroom. And so she knows it's coming from the bathroom, and she's kind of scared because the dog had licked her hand 3 times. So she opens up the bathroom door because it was kind of closed. She opens it up and turns on the light, and she sees her dog hanging upside down by a rope and blood dripping off of him.
Ew, creepy.
And in blood on the shower wall, it says humans can lick too.
Ew.
They can. Look.
Don't.
Okay. So, Alyssa did a prank on me with my friend, Taryn, and Malaya helped too. So, it was in the townhouses. And in the bathroom, like, they set up this thing with, like, strings and stuff. And so we go in there alone, me and her, like, and then the lights are off. And then
Did they tell you to go in there?
yeah, and they were in there too. They actually were in there too. But they're like, so this is a ghost story, and they're telling it, and all of a sudden, like, the door's open, and then we're like, what the heck? And then and then the faucet turns on, and we were so creeped out, and we like ran out. We just screamed and ran out of the bathroom. And then they're like, it's just a prank.
Alright, so that was our fun pretend camping adventure, and now we are going to go to bed, right, kiddos? Some kiddos are going to sleep in the
Me. Only don't forget to subscribe.
This is a bit crazy.
And in the comments, share your
Scary story.
scary stories to tell around a campfire.